Again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida. I have a 12 by 16 inch canvas, and I have put I have spread some paint from, it's PPG Speed Hide, that's latex semi-gloss, and I have spread it in the center so it's not too deep. And I'm going to go around the edges because paint will flow to paint, and I'd like to facilitate the copious amount that I'm going to put around the center medallion, I guess you could call it. I'd like it all to be able to flow together when I spin. And I may spin briefly before I start, just to spread it out. Always take the threads out of your bottle if you can manage it. May have gotten a little more in one spot than I wanted to. Now I've taken the last 10 or 15 minutes and I've shaken my bottles of paint, peeled the little tabs off the top, and contemplated using cell activator in different colors. I'm going to let that spread out a little bit. Now it's better than it was. Now I'm going to throw that spatula in the bucket because I won't need it again, I don't believe, too soon. I'm going to grab my black, my white, and some colors. The colors are up to me. So I think this time I wanted to use some Royal Sapphire, which is seeming very closed. But we can get a little bit out. I checked all the rest of my bottles. Let's just use a different color, or several. So I'm going to put the white cell activator on, and the black cell activator on. And I have some Pebeo iridescent gold mixed with Australian Floetrol. Whether it's working well or not is irrelevant because the black and the white will work. And then I'm going to use some Agave blue. It's not open. And add to it some mysterious Mystique, which is a primary element. The Agave blue is a Prizm Pour. And I'm feeling very much like I'd like something with red. And I've got some Cupids Crush that I love the shade of, which is a primary element. But we are seeing some cells. And I've got to make sure that my little bit of marooned that I had excess yesterday is open. I think I'll use the marooned and the Cupids Crush along with, what else? I'm thinking the Egyptian blue. And I've got a Bling It, which is golden maple, which I absolutely love in everything. So I might put some of that down because I can. The name of my first book on the Amazon link. So let's use less white this time. Make sure it's the right side up. Change up I like the black and white cells that the Australian Floetrol and the Amsterdam white and black make. That was a lot. That was the marooned, and this is the Cupids Crush. I don't think I can get everything I want on here. I'm going to put some more Pebeo iridescent gold on there. Now I wanted to do scoop and drags. And I have some beautiful cell formations. I'm going to grab a couple of my palette knives. I think if I can find the one with a square end, I want to try and use that. Because it's interesting. I'm not sure it makes any difference, but I'd like to find out. Let's take some more. It's a little thinner in the center because I planned on that. You have to be a little bit focused to figure out where you're going this way when you're doing this. I don't like to waste paint, so I'm happy when I know I'm going to spin the paint that's on the edges out. It seems like the perfect time to put my excess paint on from the palette knife right on the edge. And no matter what this looks like, pretty much consistently, it's always cooler than I think it's going to be. Oh, I want to take that somewhere else. I'm getting somewhere, I think. I always want to get all the paint off of my palette knife, and I don't think I'll ever be able to do that, so. Come here, you. Alright, I'm almost there, I promise. It's too much fun scooping and dragging, I have to say. I kind of like that right like it is, actually. And I'm afraid I'm going to lose a whole bunch of really cool stuff. But it's time for me, if I'm going to do it, to get my bottles out of the way so I don't cover each and every one of them with paint. And I hope I have a spare palette knife because I'm planning on putting those other ones right into the bucket. Never did use the Royal Sapphire. Let's have a spin, shall we? Or like 6 or 8 or 10. I do like these 12 by 16 inch size canvases. They seem to work pretty well for me. Now I can still make marks or add black. I was thinking about adding black for sure, but maybe I should wait for the next one, if there is a next one. Maybe there will be a next one. I kind of want to keep checking it out and see if there's anything I want to do in here. I've got a metallic chopstick. I like the way spirals spin out. They just sort of expand. I do like to make sure it's at least something I put a little bit of effort into. I guess I can say I did that. If you put spirals in things, make sure that you check for bubbles afterwards. I'm loving the colors. I was going to add something else, but I don't believe I will. I am going to keep spinning until I get paint to go over the edges. And I also have another trick. I didn't think of it earlier. I don't want that to fall down. If I position my canvas on one of the crossbars, then it's a lot less likely to be an issue. Let's see, is that fairly centralized? I think so. Box is just big enough to do this, and I do like to use my barrier as a break. I've got a couple of places that I can see that it'd probably be good to allow some of that paint to go over the edge, that it's not there, but most places are. Most places do go over the edge. I just stuck my finger in the painting. It'll just be an interesting spot. That's what happens. And I have enough paint over my edges. So if I need to borrow a little bit, and a few miscellaneous marks aren't going to hurt anything, I don't believe. I think that's pretty much it. I love you guys. Thanks for being here. I post 7 days a week at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I have over 2,700 videos. And I'm loving these colors. I really am. Do I want anything else in here? I don't want to get too frisky or I'll ruin something that's nice. If I see things that bother me, now is the time to fix them. I do see something. I see a little gap. I'm so glad that didn't land on my foot. It would have been painty. And I never did find my shoes. So, I'm going to poke holes in the bubbles when I find them with the sharp end of a skewer. I'm going to call this good for now. I like it from almost every direction. I'm wondering if I have enough paint to drag anything out. A little further. That's cool. I got some cells popping immediately. Can I do it again? I can, but I gotta be gentle. Alright, I think that's it. So thank you for the thumbs up, and thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for watching them longer. I really appreciate that. Don't forget you can use a straw. To put spirals in things sometimes. adjust patterns other times. I'm loving my cells. I'm loving you guys. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the kind words and the comments that keep my morale boosted. Yes, I am. I'm spinning one more time. 2 more times. Don't hold me to that. If you appreciate what I do, the thumbs up is very appreciated. Your comments keep my morale boosted. My paint pouring recipes are below the video. My link tree is going to show you Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links. I'm using Primary Elements and Prizm Pours from Colour Arte, and there's a 20% off coupon code underneath the video for purchase, and the link to the Colour Arte website. Excuse me. And my community board will show you tomorrow's video. My Amazon link will take you to my 2 books, Because I Can and Unlimited Possibilities. My first and second 100 videos I made for YouTube. If I have a minute, I'm going to try and shimmer this at you. I think it's going to be gorgeous. Oh yeah, I love gold and purple anyway. Let's see if I can zoom in. The patterns are fabulous. I usually try and turn out some other lights, but it's getting late in the season and it's getting a little darker in here. I'm loving everything I see. That golden maple, that primary element, that's something you want in your paint selection. I kind of want to do something here. I don't know why. It wasn't imperative. Alright, you guys, take care of each other, take care of yourselves. Whatever I've forgotten is Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links are all on my link tree, along with Society 6, Legalerist, clothing, and I've added new things there to both places. If you'd like to see anything reproduced, spring clothing also below the video, as well as Legalerist and Society 6 are all good places to, if you make a request, I'll try and add it. FineArtAmericaPixels.com also, and you can get reproductions there. If you have questions, feel free to ask me. I'm happy to answer you. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I'm going to say goodbye for now. Whatever I've forgotten, you'll see in another video. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. I love you guys. See you anon. Priscilla out.